kids, we know you're already dreaming of summer break, but for your parents, now is the time of year to focus on the next school year. And maybe you're considering moving your child from public to private school or from one private school to another. Enrollment deadlines are coming up. We all know that choosing a school for your child is a very important decision, and it can be difficult. So what do you consider when doing so? For help navigating the education landscape, we've brought in some help from Father Bob Tracey. He's the head of the school at St. Mark's Episcopal School in Fort Lauderdale. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. It's so nice to be here.
Good. We're glad to have you. And you're an expert because you said you worked in higher education for a very long time.
Yes, indeed.
So you know what they're looking for when looking below. What do you look for? What should parents look for when choosing the right private school?
Well, I think education is changing so rapidly right now. Technology is very important. Technology is critical for education. It's changing the landscape of education. Schools are now using iPads and Google Chromebooks and whatnot. We at St. Mark's use Google Chrome because we can monitor it. And then that tells you more about the academic curriculum, which is varied, but you have to have a school that is able to take that curriculum and design it to meet the needs of the students, because students learn at different rates and they learn in different ways.
Yeah, and technology can help that. Technology
is vital to that.
Yeah. What about the academic curriculum, and how should that factor into a parent's decision, especially when you start from a school perspective, when you're looking at long-term going to college?
The academic curriculum is critical because it has to be challenging. It has to be challenging in major subjects like English and history, languages, to bring students to a point where they feel confident when they get, in our case, when they get to high school or out of high school into college. Because if they feel like they've already had a background in things that they're being taught, their confidence allows them to do very well in that. For instance, 5 of the 10 top students at Cardinal Gibbons are St. Mark's graduates this year.
Wow.
And that's because, I think, of the preparation.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about class size? Because I know a lot of parents that take their kids out of public school. My child goes to a public school. Well, I'm fine with it. But they take their kids out of public school because maybe their kid learns in a smaller classroom.
Well, smaller class sizes is what private schools offer most of the time. And that allows a teacher to concentrate on the learning abilities of a student and bring those who are behind up to speed and those who are ahead to challenge them with age-appropriate curriculums. It allows them to work with we call it individual education now. It used to be that when you and I maybe went to, everybody did the same thing. Now students are watched in a different way because we know they learn in different ways. Some learn by hearing, some learn by doing, some learn by reading, and so the individualized part of education is one of the strengths of a private school education.
Yeah, private school can be quite a big investment for a family, and they almost want to guarantee that, listen, if I'm spending this much money on my kid to go to private school, they're going to go to college. How do you factor in all the other things colleges look for, like extracurriculars?
Well, extracurriculars are important, but they're most important because they build the confidence of the children, whether it's sports, whether it's music, whether it's drama. It builds students' confidence in themselves to address the challenges. They go on to high school, they go on to college, and they can participate in ways in which it's easy for them because they've had that experience.
Father Bob, thank you so much for coming in this morning. We appreciate you and we appreciate your advice. So again, just to recap what the Father told us, when choosing a school, it's best to look for the technology, the academic curriculum, the class size, the extracurriculars, and of course, private schools focus a lot on school safety.
Absolutely.
And very
Especially
important
now.
part. Very important part of it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Bye now.
Todd.